Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Healthy AF. This one might be a little controversial, so hang on in here with me. My name is Amy, and I'm a coach with Healthy Life, Health and Wellness Coaching. I get to help people who don't feel worthy actually understand their worth, value their worth, and start making decisions that reflect that worth. And today we are talking about you actually don't deserve it. Yeah, deserving it. Do we deserve it? Do we not deserve it? I'd like to just have a conversation about shifting from disappointment and privilege to gratitude and grace. So we've talked about expectations before here on this podcast and how expectations are just premeditated disappointments. Recently, I went to a doctor's appointment with my mom, and I picked her up from school because y'all know she still teaches full time, and so I picked her up from school after showing up and doing the flag raising and the pledge and whatnot, and took her to the doctor. And she had coverage for her whatever second period, but she needed to be back by third period, and it was only about an hour that she had given herself to go to this doctor's appointment. And so, like, from the time she gets in the car, she's like, oh, I hope that this doesn't take too long, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, Mom, we're going to the doctor's office, so you never can tell. We get to the doctor's office, and it was in this room, and then the waiting room, and then in that room, and then the waiting room. I mean, it was a doctor's office. That is what happens at the doctor's office. So fast forward, it took us like about 2.5 hours at the doctor's office to get done everything we needed to get done. And she was, I won't say disappointed. She was a little bit impatient and feeling that push for time. Like, oh, I'm going to be late. What do I need to do? Who do I need to call? And I was just laughing because it was a clear example of she had an expectation. And if she had not had that expectation, she likely wouldn't have had any of the other feeling of, I'm in a rush, what's going to happen, and she wouldn't have lost that kind of peace of mind and serenity. So I wanted to start with that because I also think in this conversation of deserving and do I deserve it and disappointment and being privileged, there's also that conversation of expectation. And we've done that on other podcasts, and we will likely do it again because, man, that little booger can really sneak up on you. Life is not linear. How many times have you eaten really well and then gotten on the scale 2 weeks later and you've gained a pound? What? You might think to yourself, I really deserved to lose some weight. But it doesn't happen like that. How many times have you trained really hard and then gone in for that 1 rep max and your weight that you can pick up is less than what you could do last week? But you deserve to have a higher lift. You've done all that work. Well, that's just not the way it works. You ever been broken up with by a lover, a partner, or kind of dumped by a friend after you really put in some work and thought, I didn't deserve that? Ever been passed over for a promotion at work or let go after doing your best at that job and maybe thinking to yourself, I didn't deserve that. I deserved better. I deserved to stay. I deserved to be recognized. I deserved to lose those pounds. I deserved to get a little stronger. I deserve that money. I think we've all been there. And this is the question I want to ask. How well did that work for us? when we go into, I deserve that. What feelings are there? For me, it's judgment of other people and why they have that and I didn't have it. Comparison, anger. And then the justification piece on the other side. You know, I have a lot of clients when they start changing their eating behaviors will say, well, I worked out really hard that day, so I went ahead and had myself pizza that night because I deserved it. It's a justification. I did this thing that maybe isn't inside my value set, but it was justified because I deserved it. You hear how that works? You see, when we live inside deserved, who says who deserves what we deserve? Now, you might think, well, of course I say that. Like if I work hard, then I say that I deserve, that vacation. Or if I, get all my chores done, then I deserve to go to the pool that afternoon. But life doesn't always work like that. You might do all your chores, and then when it's time to go to the pool, a thunderstorm comes. You might, we all know that person who's like 40 couple, who is in perfect shape, eats healthy, physically fit, doesn't carry extra weight, and then ends up they need a quadruple bypass. Like, how does that even happen? We know somebody with just the genes that give them what they got. See, deserving takes us into somebody has to decide what we deserve. And it's better for my overall happiness if I lead that up to the man in the sky. Because I'm not really good at judging what other people deserve. Sometimes I'm not even really good at judging what I deserve. But I'll tell you one concept that helps me go from the disappointment and the privilege of I deserve this to the grace and the gratitude of I got this. And that is everything I get is but by grace. Everything I get is given to me. Now I'm going to bring that into a real life. So I just got a DEXA scan done this past weekend. And for those of you who don't know, a DEXA scan looks at different things. It looks at bone density. It looks at body fat. It looks at where your body fat is. It looks at muscle mass. So y'all all know that I've been CrossFitting forever and a day. It's been 18-ish years that more days than not, I have been exercising my body with the CrossFit methodology. So when I got the results of my DEXA scan, I was really pleased. My bone density is through the roof. The guy who did the test said most women your age are at about a 2, but you're at an 8. So your bones are like super dense and you got a lot of muscle mass going on. 105 of your pounds is muscle mass. And your fat is not distributed inside your abdomen and likely inside your organs, which we call visceral fat, and it's correlated with all kinds of mortality and morbidity. That'll be another podcast. So I got a great DEXA scan. Did I deserve a great DEXA scan? Well, I mean, I have worked my hoo-ha off for the last better part of 20 years. So you would think like I deserved a DEXA scan that was great. Bone density and muscle mass, that was fabulous. But there are lots of people who work out just as hard as I do, and they might not have that. It's both. I have worked hard, but my body was given to me. I didn't go body shopping when I was born. My genetics are given to me. My privilege that I've not had to work and I could be in the gym for multiple hours, that I could work in the gym. Some of those things were given to me. Think about all the people who have done all the heavy lifting and they just don't have the gene pool to build muscle mass. I got good genes. Again, did not go gene shopping before I was born. It was just given to me. So I'd like you to maybe contemplate. Every time you feel like, I deserve it. I deserve a DEXA scan that's awesome. I deserve a cupcake because I just worked out. I deserve that promotion because I've worked hard. If you can just flip that to everything I've gotten has been but grace, and I'm worth it. Everything I've gotten has been given to me, and I've worked hard for it too. Everything that I have accomplished in my life has been a divine intervention, and I'm proud of my commitment to having it. If deserving gets you stuck, gets you angry, gets you justified, gets you comparing, put it down. It's not a tool that's working for you. Pick up some grace and some gratitude and some recognition of your hard work because you are so worth it. Hoping that you are giving yourself grace every day. I will see you next time on Healthy AF.